Hi everybody, and welcome to your full moon pick a card reading for June 3rd or 4th, depending on where you are in the world. This is happening at 11 degrees Sagittarius in tropical astrology and 17 degrees Scorpio in sidereal astrology. We also have some major planetary alignments happening. Of course, Sun is opposing the moon. That makes a T-square to Saturn. And we also have Venus opposing Pluto. That's making a T-square to Jupiter, which is also conjunct the North Node. And finally, we have Mercury conjunct Uranus, and Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. And so I have taken 3 piles here and shuffled them, and we have 3 gems to choose from. I'll put timestamps down below, and we'll start with pile number 1. We have the Libyan Desert Glass. This is formed when lightning strikes the sand in the deserts of Libya, of course, and you get this hard substance that forms here. So it's stone of manifestation, really, as above so below, much like this moldavite, which is formed by a meteorite impact. Okay, and finally we have our moonstone. So take your time and meditate on each of these 3 piles. I will put timestamps down below, and we'll see you in your selected pile. Alright, pile number 1, we're going to start with your tarot cards. So first we have the 6 of Cups, and the Star, and the Sun. Okay, 2 major arcana here. The Star, well, the Sun is a star, isn't it? But this bright future, this your destiny, your direction that you're going, that North Node being emphasized by the expansion of Jupiter. We have the 6 of Cups here, which is the Sun in Scorpio, and we have the full moon in Scorpio in sidereal. So Scorpio has to deal with our past lives, our sexual connections, our gratitude, also connection to family and our ancestors. So this, to me, again, the Star card as it's illustrated in this deck always looks like a portal of energy that you are able to travel through. It could be getting downloads through your dreams. You could be getting visited by ancestors. With the Sun there, the solar energy bringing transmissions to you. Because the 6 of Cups often speaks of nostalgia, also gratitude and receptivity. So there is an influx of light and energy that you can be receiving that is going to connect you to past lives, past energy, perhaps your previous skills or things you excelled in your past life. You could be reconnecting to those hidden or dormant talents. They could be awakened here with the increasing even solar activity that we've been seeing with more solar flares, coronal holes, etc. So there is a huge influx, again, that's connecting you to the other side, to higher source. You could be feeling a lot of activation around your crown chakra, tingling or expansion around the top of your head. Also the third eye with the blue color there coming through in the star. With the solar plexus, that will, that energy, that driving force through the Sun. I'm getting a large feeling of that Jupiter energy expanding your solar plexus as well, this full moon. So it's going to give you clarity and direction in where you're meant to go, where you're meant to take these skills, or whatever downloads that you're receiving that you're being called to implement in this life. So let's take a look at your Queen of the Moon card. Okay, discernment. Beautiful. Oh, see, she's cupping the Sun there in her solar plexus chakra. So it's definitely coming alive for you. It's, again, clearing any cloudiness, any uncertainty about where you're meant to go or what you're meant to do in this life. I think your purpose is really going to become apparent to you if it's not already. If it is, then it will become even sharper into focus, and it will expand from there. But it's not leading with your physical eyes, but your third eye, your senses are showing you the way. It's almost like you're being pulled with your solar plexus forward into this expanding North Node energy of this full moon. Okay, I'm going to read about discernment real quick. All right, it says, take care in your choices now. Look carefully and judge wisely. There may have been something difficult to see, something that has been obscured, but now it has been revealed to you. Examine it closely. I take my time to be accurate and precise in my discernment. Instead of taking things on face value or rushing into surface judgments, take your sweet time to form friendships and business relationships. Put your energy output into perspective, looking at evidence instead of only just believing. Feel and act when you are being trodden upon or having your boundaries overstepped, or when something doesn't quite feel kosher. Ask clarifying questions and really listen to the answers offered, then act on the reality. That is growth. That is real pattern busting. That is the gathering of wisdom. So the companion stone or metal is yellow jasper, again emphasizing the yellow color of the solar plexus, your will, your identity, your ego. The sun is ruled by Leo, which rules the ego and identity. So putting forth your unique energetic imprint into this reality is going to have a profound impact. So being able to, again, with the strengthening and opening of your third eye, with this beautiful indigo color here coming through the spiral of the star, is going to allow you to see through where people may try to deceive you or try to keep you hung up in the past with the Six of Cups there, or bringing up perhaps your past failures or mistakes. But that's really how you learn. That's how you gain wisdom. That's how you get clarity, and how you're able to discern again in the future and all your present choices as to which direction you want to go. If you've made the same mistake in the past, well, you know, if you don't want the same result, to not revisit that choice. So you also may have a lot of Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra energy. And again, I get the strengthening of self, the strengthening of identity, and really a separation from any past beliefs about yourself or what others have told you about yourself. Okay, I'm going to shift these cards around and we'll take a look at your oracle cards. And perhaps that's what the discernment is. It's a discernment of your true identity versus what you've been told about who you are versus who you really are. So that clarity could be coming through with this full moon, as full moons tend to illuminate the truth or bring things into focus for us. Okay, so let's take a look at your astrology card for this full moon. We have trine, angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. So yeah, the direction that you're going is fully supported. There's no obstacles, no obstruction. Again, there's a clearing of the mind. There's a clearing of the path, things coming into focus for you. And next, for your wisdom card, we have new beginnings. Begin your new life. Absolutely. And there's this phoenix being reborn. So maybe some of you did recently go through an ego death or an identity death, or you've actively taken steps to remove yourself from a way that you used to behave, or crowds you used to associate with. But there's a whole new shift in how you present yourself to the world. And next we have the grandmothers. Remember your roots, perspective, trust the weavings. Okay, I did mention something of, there's another spiral here pictured in the card. Connections to your past lives, to your ancestors. Whatever gifts that you were blessed with in this life that you are meant to carry on in their name, that you're meant to bring forward, is coming out now. This is the true you that's being born after this full moon. There is a lifting of the veil, so to speak. And then your alchemy card, we have the Unus Mundus, synchronicity, number 63. So some of you could be seeing a lot of synchronicities, repeating numbers, hearing a song in your head and turning on the radio and there it is, or just seeing patterns everywhere, or say you watched a video and they mentioned butterflies and then you see butterflies when you go out your door, stuff like that. So let's see what the deck says. Really, synchronicities to me are a confirmation that you are on the right path, that you are, again, with this harmony and perfect flow. The snake is also another relatable image of a phoenix. A snake sheds its skin. Whenever it's outgrown the skin, it has to shed its entire body. It, again, releasing an identity and giving birth to a new one. So the book says, Source, Destiny, the Miraculous Message. The Unus Mundus is the presiding deity of alchemy. It arrives to remind us that we are not alone in our queries or our journey. What are we here to do? What pulls us forward? Unanswerable questions are timeless fuel for the flames of transformation. Mystics before us have uttered the same questions while tinkering in their laboratory. Do not underestimate the brave act of your attention to the details of your daily life, to the ecology of our world. What you notice matters. You matter. When this card arrives, sacred messages abound. Everything is a living symbol, a synchronicity. Its guidance is sent directly from the alchemists who have come before you to encourage you along the way. See the deeper meaning of what is in front of you. In this very moment, the new eye opens. That's beautiful. It's talking about the alchemists that come before you, your grandmothers, your roots, your ancestors. Again, that connection to the past and past lives. The new eye opens. And what have we been talking about here in the discernment card other than uncovering that third eye, clearing it out from whatever has been distracting your senses? Some of you may have gone through a detox recently, and that's your new beginning. So you're able to unblock those perceptions that you previously could not have access to. Okay, so the side notes say, when Unus Mundus appears, something you cannot yet see is taking shape. It will soon emerge to support you. Trust, breathe, the miracle awaits. Synchronicity is the way the world of mysteries claims our attention. Something is sure to stick out to you today. A word, an image, lyrics, a memory. Take note. So you'll be getting, again, with this angelic support card, it could be coming in the form of synchronicities, of finding coins or feathers or messages that resonate with you. And they're all going to be very personal. I can't really specify here in a general reading because a lot of people will get messages in different ways. But you'll know when you know that you're getting a sign, again, from your supportive ancestors or guides. Okay, let's take a look at your archetype card. We have the prayer. Okay, so another connective card to the spiritual world. Everyone can pray in their own way. It doesn't always involve, getting on your knees and asking for things, but prayer can be as simple as gratitude or connecting to source. And however, what way you do that, through meditation, through philanthropy, through anything of the sort that makes you feel closer to source. And again, with the feeling of the spiral there, like a connection to the center of the universe or the center of a galaxy. We do have this full moon in Sagittarius. What is the galactic center? They say is at 27 degrees Sagittarius. That's where the Milky Way, or our sun, aligns with the central sun in the middle of the Milky Way galaxy. So you may have placements around there, sun, moon, rising, north node, but you don't have to. But it's just an expansion, again, as Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and that is conjunct to the north node for this full moon. So there's really a stepping into your purpose for you, pile one. So maybe your prayers are being answered because you were looking for purpose or direction, or you're looking for a new beginning, and there will be great signs with the synchronicity card showing up there that helping you along this path. It's almost like weaving through a labyrinth, until you get to the center. There's a lot of twists and turns, and but you eventually get there because you do have a strong guiding light, a strong sense and purpose of knowing who you are, who your true identity is, with the sun showing up there and the solar plexus being illuminated. Okay, I'm going to get some magic cards for you, pile one. Let's see what making magic cards pile one needs. Okay, breaking bad habits, self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices. Maybe I did mention purification for some of you, and that Phoenix, a new identity for you. Again, maybe identifying with new groups of people or new healthy habits for yourself. Then we have little luxuries, generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. Well, yeah, I think as you let go of the lower frequencies, you'll find new appreciation for the beautiful things that you have in your life, and that will, of course, that gratitude will attract more beautiful little luxuries. Insight, yeah, opens a third eye to strengthen intuition. We've been talking about unveiling the third eye for a while now. So deepening intuition, of course, and then underneath we have on target, follow your ideal life path. The north node is your target, so that's what you're following. You're following your soul's calling. You're resonating with the solar plexus, with the expansion of that, and your gnosis of who you really are. Okay, I wish you all the luck, pile one. All the best for your full moon. Actually, let me grab a couple of angel cards, just because. Who doesn't love angel cards? Let's see what we can get for pile one. Okay, got a little. The first card that is face up is truth, your identity, knowing yourself there. And knowing the truth of who you are and where you came from. Acceptance. Okay, some of you, it may take some challenge to accept your true identity, or maybe you are afraid of people not accepting your revelation or who you express yourself as now. But that's okay. I mean, certain people are meant to fall out of our lives, like I said, if they weren't serving our highest good. There's a whole new group of people waiting to accept you for the new version that you are showcasing to the world. Humor. Never hurts to have a good sense of humor. Laughter is the best medicine, right? And maybe that's how you end up associating with this new group of people, is your shared sense of humor. And then we have faith. Yep, take a leap of faith. Have faith to let go of that old identity, that old self, and be embraced by the waiting arms of a new group of people. I mean, with the Aquarius energy being emphasized in the star, that's 11th house of social relationships and friendships. And that's where you're headed towards. And Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And we have Mercury, the magician planet, conjunct Uranus right now. So there could be other fellow magicians waiting to grab and allow you and welcome you into their arms. Okay, thank you, Pile 1. I hope you appreciated this reading. You can feel free to choose another pile at this time if you want. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Bye. All right, welcome pile number 2. You chose this beautiful Moldavite. I'm going to highlight it here a little if I can. There we go. It's a beautiful green emerald color. They call it the Emerald of Lucifer, as it was supposedly in his crown, but as Lucifer fell from heaven, so the stone, the meteorite, fell from heaven and impacted the earth and created Moldavite. So, powerful changes, powerful stone. If you've never worked with it and you pick up a piece, be prepared for your life to change. So let's see what messages the card brings for us here. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the 10 of Cups. Change of speed there. And then the Ace of Coins. Ooh, wow. So we go from the disappointment to absolute elation. These are complete polar opposites. So shifting from this release to this fulfillment to the Ace of Coins is a gift, a physical new gift beginning. Could be a reward, a bonus, unexpected winnings. We do have Mercury, the magician planet, conjunct Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, and also freedom. And so some of you could be getting an unexpected gift, which is going to, of course, open up a whole bunch of new doors for you. But I think there's a lot of faith that was required for you to let go of something. Sometimes, you know, Spirit removes us from a situation that we really like. Say it's a really high-paying job, but it drains your soul and it doesn't resonate with you, and you're just so resistant to give it up. But eventually you do, or circumstances happen that you can't keep that job, and suddenly you're rewarded in order to replace any kind of feelings of lack. But we can't manifest from lack. I'm not saying that, but we're just saying we have faith to release what was not fulfilling in order to make room for what was. So perhaps these eclipse seasons, the full moon lunar eclipse in May, this last full moon 28 days ago, probably was a huge point for you in which you had to let go of something that you were not comfortable releasing. So this is a reward or compensation for stepping outside of your comfort zone, having faith, taking a leap of faith, and moving forward in the direction that your soul is pulling you. So we again have Jupiter, the planet of expansion, conjunct our North Node. That's our soul's destiny, where we're meant to go. So let's take a look at your Queen of the Moon Oracle. New beginnings. Okay, wow. So this is card number 2, but this is a full moon here. It's a gateway. It's a portal. Again, something is opened up for you, much like this Ace of Coins. It's circular. It's almost like a portal with this snake, I guess, coming out of an eye. But something is spiraling open for you. You're free. You're really free to step out of this. Look at this cold, barren, wintry wasteland, right? Into this lush garden of beautiful green new beginnings, green like the Moldavite, right? All right, so the opportunity's here. All you have to do is step through, you know. I'm going to read about that for you. You are offered a fresh start. Your journey is beginning. Take the first steps towards something new. It is time to place emphasis on your health and well-being. Perhaps that's why the green is being emphasized to me as well. Virgo's Taurus, Capricorn. Virgo rules the house of health, Earth being the physical plane, and the Ace of Coins also being of Earth. I accept and rejoice in renewal and beginnings. There's something incredibly poetic and even romantic about that tiny sliver of silver that is the new moon. After the waning cycle and depth of the dark moon, here is appearing in the sky incredibly a crescent of the finest light. Almost a scratch upon the blackboard of the universe, here is the evidence that even after the darkest night, light returns again. Because I think number 1 card is actually the void, which is the new moon. Although this is called the new moon. The crescent of the new moon is the ancient symbol that stretches back to ancient prehistory. There are cave drawings featuring crescent moons, sculptures of goddesses and with crescent moon diadems, and the goddess Aphrodite, Hecate, Diana, Artemis, Inanna, and many Central Asian female deities were often depicted with new moon symbology. Go back even further into Neolithic cave paintings where moon and sun symbology features, with no phase more commonly being depicted than the new moon. When the new moon appears in the lunar cycle, we are gifted with a new beginning and a fresh start. What we have identified as useless or unneeded in any more has been released in the void of the dark moon, and here waiting is a new chance. Here we get to renew our lives and feel free enough to risk trying anything. So again, what we identified as useless or unneeded has been released into the void. That's the 5 of Cups. Perhaps that new moon solar eclipse is really where you dedicated your intentions towards releasing that, what was no longer useful. Whether we are asking for a fresh start in relationships or a new love, we are heralding the actioning of intentions such as better health, a new business, or the start of a new project. Riding the new moon energy will assist us. Many creative people start new works on a new moon, and I personally, as an author, like to begin all my new works on this phase, even if beginning means simply typing up a cover page or an outline. The most powerful of new moons for new starts traditionally are within the season of spring. And we just had that new moon solar eclipse in spring, April 20th. So the companion stone or metal is Celestine. Okay. Fantastic. So again, maybe this is something you already started or you're being given this opportunity. This is your announcement here at the full moon that, hey, this upcoming new moon, that's when you're stepping through this gate. That's the official start. So again, a final purging, a final releasing, as we do after full moons, waning down into new moons. We're clearing things out with the 5 of Cups. Pour it out. Get rid of it. Donate it. Something. So I'm going to shift these cards back and we'll take a look at your oracle cards. All right. First up, we have your astrology card. That is House 10. Structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. So the new beginnings did mention potentially new work. Some of you could be working on that or becoming your own boss. But this is the House of Capricorn, which is an earth sign, as we're emphasized here in the Ace of Coins. So a new opportunity for making money, expanding your capital, expanding your name, making a name for yourself. But the life mission being emphasized there with the Jupiter conjunct North Node. This is your life mission. Some of you, again, like I said, you stepped away from jobs that were not in alignment with your true purpose. And now you are stepping into that. And as a reward, you will see a lot of physical, material security coming in for you. And your wisdom card we hear is take a leap of faith. Yeah, having that faith to let go, right? To pour out what no longer serves you. Again, I mentioned the analogy of the letting go of the job, taking that leap of faith to think, well, this is being removed from my life for some reason. It doesn't even have to be a job. It could have been a relationship or a place that you live or some way that you identify yourself, or even a bad habit. But it's like, I know this isn't doing me any good. And you had the faith to willingly release that in the new moon and make space for what is to come. Our Rose Oracle here. Come to me, attracting like a rose. Receive abundance desires. You've cleared yourself now. You're ready to welcome in with open arms what it is that you're calling in to manifest. And oh my gosh, I just noticed that there's hummingbirds there. You don't see those often in nature. And oh, there's a bee as well, I think. She's like the queen and the bee. But I actually saw a hummingbird. Was it yesterday? Yeah. Near a tree. So that's really connecting with me there. Beautiful. And then we have winter, number 16. Lux Brumalis. Let's see what that's about. All right, so this is number 16. It makes me think of the Tower card in tarot. So that's, again, a dramatic change or an epiphany, enlightenment. But there's also what appears to be like a star being illuminated there, like the North Star. And let's see. So the title of this card is Solace, the Pause, the Hermit. In alchemy, winter comes first. It is the beginning, the origin. As winter casts its blanket of stillness across the land, we naturally turn inward. The mind and heart settle into Earth's darkest season. From this place of quiet, a single flame reconnects us to the mystery of our existence and the miracle of the breath. Regardless of when this card appears, it indicates we are suspended in Mother Earth's pause. This is not the time for doing, going, or getting. The alchemist knows winter opens the portal to the divine. Magic is afoot, under the surface, in the glimmering snow and sparkling ice. We see winter's water in crystalline form, each droplet a prism into the mystic realm. Don't get caught up in the gloom or isolation of the season. Rather, spin toward the sacred light. Spring will come in time. So if you're watching from the southern hemisphere, the winter solstice is approaching for you on June 21st. And that's when light begins to return to the world, and the days of the start to lengthen. In the northern hemisphere, we had that December 21st. So that could have been a turning point for you as well. And it talks about, so if you're in the northern hemisphere, perhaps it was a long reclusive winter for you. But as I pointed out in the imagery of this card, there's winter all around this gate, right? And then the spring is the portal, the breakthrough, the time you things really began to accelerate and come into form, started to bloom. Okay. So that does kind of connect with that new moon energy of that card, as far as setting your intentions. It isn't the time of doing, it's the time of planting, reflecting, meditating. So on the side notes, it says, it is said winter is the pause between exhale and inhale, the time when all has released, yet new breath has not been drawn. Notice the qualities of this sacred pause. So I feel like, again, pile 2, that's where we're at. We've completed the exhale with the 5 of Cups, right? We've expunged our breath, and we are ready and waiting and preparing to inhale this 10 of Cups and this Ace of Coins. Okay, and the other side says winter is ruled by the element of water and the cardinal direction of north. And I mentioned Jupiter conjunct the north node. Notice that this card appears with other cards with a watery or wintry feel. This is the wintry feel here. It's new beginnings, absolutely. And they said winter comes first in alchemy. It's the new start. So finally, let's take a look at your archetype card, the Father. All right, number 2. So this is another 2. 2s are about balance, partnership, equality. So we have 2-2. It's a master builder number. So you're getting ready to build. Again, we're in the time between exhale and inhale. So the inhale is when we start to bring things together. And even in this number 2 card, there's a dichotomy there between black and white, positive and negative. There's a centering coming together. Look at these 2 trees too, right? We have a deciduous and a coniferous or evergreen tree. One who's lost all its leaves, and then one who never loses its leaves. But these are the only ones that keep their leaves through the winter, right? Okay, so I'm going to take a look at the Father. The title of this card is The Great Father, the Masculine, the Protector. Alongside the Mother, the Father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The Father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet, ironically and simultaneously, the Father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the Father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. He is both the guardian and one who leaves us to the wolves. Here, yet gone, the champion and the failure, the Father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the Father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. When light, supportive, strategic, regal, kind, authority. When dark, disappearing, disappointing, devastated by failures. So it does have that feeling of Saturn to it, Father Sky, Saturn being the father of Jupiter. But Jupiter does eventually come to overthrow his father. It says go deeper here, Saturn devouring his sons. It's a painter by Peter Paul Rubens or Francisco Goya have both depicted that. So the side notes say, read poems about the Father, Sharon Olds' His Stillness, William Blake's Little Boy Lost. Become a student of the masculine energy. Watch the father in movies, in Shakespeare plays. See the father as a pattern, not as personal. So again, some of you could be healing those wounds with your own father, or coming to peace with that, or embracing the father energy within yourself, either literally or metaphorically. But again, that whole success and failure dichotomy, because really all of our failures are our greatest successes. We are learning from them. We build from them. We teach the next generation. But it's this integration. It says you can't escape the duality, but the real goal is to combine opposing forces, to integrate them into one. Just this center line here that keeps the tree upright. Again, even though the leaves may die on this tree, the tree itself is not dead. It's reborn in the spring. So again, if you have gone through a hermituitous, I don't know if that's a word, but phase over the last 6 months or so, that again, things are really coming to life for you. They're blooming for you. You had to shed all your leaves in order to grow new ones, better ones, more beautiful than the last ones. So you're going to come out of this transformation even more beautiful, radiant, energetically beautiful than you were going in. But it's brought you a lot of strength, a lot of wisdom, and endurance. Again, that you are able to, I get a vitality. There's a lot of strong vitality. Some of you might have come from pile 1 with the sun being so prominent there. Oh, that's interesting. The sun showed up in pile 1, not to ruin it, but now we have the father and the son. Okay. Like father, like son. Again, some of you may have been breaking some of those generational curses with the 5 of Cups, pouring out expectations or imprints, energetic imprints imposed by, again, I get a patriarchal feeling from house 10. This is Saturn. This is ruled by Saturn, which is Capricorn. So maybe your father expected you to pursue a certain career, and this could be part of the healing process, coming to terms with that, acceptance, forgiveness, but finding success in your own way. And I think that can also heal a rift between those 2 archetypes as well. Okay. Let's take a look at some Making Magic cards for you. And that might be a specific message for some people watching, as as far as if that was a wound of feeling like you disappointed a father figure in your life, by showing that role model that you're able to succeed in your own way because of your faith in yourself and your life's mission, that will bring pride to the father as well, for you having that strength to do so. Underneath, we have the triple spiral, listening to the divine wisdom of joyfully learning life's lessons. I mentioned about our mistakes being our greatest lessons. And Saturn, Chronos, Father Time, teaches us lessons. That's our karma. He's the Lord of karma and contracts. Happy love, a joyful, stable relationship or partnership and good friends. Okay. And self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of worth. Again, maybe you, part of the healing is realizing you don't need the approval of a father figure, whether that be a boss or an actual biological or stepfather or whatever. But believe in yourself and your sense of worth. Being able to identify your worth through your actions, through your accomplishments, is what leads to this fulfillment. And happy love, not just for your partners, but for yourself. And then we have Earth. Okay. Ask the element of Earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. So again, we have Capricorn here showing up in house 10, and we have the Ace of Coins showing up as well. So the Earth, it's supportive. It's where we plant our roots. It's where we get our nutrients. So some of you, again, may be planting your roots in new soil, in a new environment. Okay. Let me get your angel cards and we'll finish this up. start with the one on top is obedience. Again, this has to do with Saturn. The restrictions, boundaries, things that we are meant to repeat and until we learn the lesson. Okay. Again, having to do with our father, our teacher there. Delight. Yep, there's a celebration though when you learn the lesson, when you conquer the lesson of the self. Courage, yeah, courage to be yourself and follow your destiny, regardless of what other people might think. Courage comes from the solar plexus, which is Leo, the ego, the self, the identity. And strength. Leo rules the strength card, so that came up too. And there's another tree. Look at that huge trunk. You know, something is very sturdy. You're unwavering. You're not being bent or swayed by the wind. You're firm in your decision making and in the investments that you're making in yourself and your future. Oh, blank card. So there's something that's yet to be revealed. We don't know all the blessings that are going to be coming to you. And then we have respect. Okay, yeah, there's mutual respect here. Again, it may be between a father figure and yourself. But I believe in the end that father, even if it's Father Time or Kronos or whatever, is going to respect you for your courage, for the, again, I mentioned endurance, for your ability to maintain and sustain and achieve. Okay? All right, so congratulations on all your hard work. Pile 2, it's about to pay off big time. And I'm really happy for you that all the blessings that are ready to come in, as again, you have come to me attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. So the universe has been paying attention. Thank you again, Pile 2. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, Pile number 3. You chose this beautiful moonstone for our full moon reading. All right, let's see what your tarot cards have to start this off. First, we have the 4 coins. Next, we have the 7 of Wands. And the Mother of Flames. All right, so Pile 3, you're safe. You're protected. If there's any concern of things being taken away from you or people attacking your energy or coming in and infiltrating that, there is a strong boundary around you, a fiery wall of protection, basically. Either you or a female ancestor that is passed on has this massive shield around you that is helping you feel safe, secure, protected. There's no reason to feel attacked or feel threatened. There is a strong safety and security around you. Okay, so that being said, let's take a look at your Queen of the Moon card. We have number 13, which 13 rules the death card in tarot, which is Scorpio, and this full moon is in Sidereal Scorpio. We have Will. Again, Scorpio does also connect us back to our ancestors, the 8th house of sex and death and rebirth. So the willpower comes from our solar plexus, which is ruled by Leo. So again, with the Queen of Wands there, and this is actually Mars in Leo, the 7 of Flames. So strong defense. So you could have strong Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo placements. Also, this full moon is happening in Sagittarius. So there's a fiery component of it. But I don't feel like it's, you're going out seeking to impress your will on other people. It's just you're willing this maintenance, basically, of your stature, of your position, of your energy. Okay, so that's a good thing. I think people, they respect your boundaries, which is great, and your identity, because that's what comes from our solar plexus. All right, let's shift these cards around and I'll take a look at your oracle cards. And some of you could be dealing with strong anxiety at this time, because that's really the definition of it, is anxiety serves a purpose. It tells us when there's danger. The problem comes is when there is no perceivable danger. But our mind makes us think that we're in danger, which creates this kind of nervousness or need to defend. So maybe research on what is best to treat your anxiety, whether it be journaling, grounding, relaxing teas, herbal supplements, whatever it is that you do to relax in a healthful way, salt baths, things that help you feel grounded, secure. sleeping with a favorite stuffed animal, even if you're 37, it doesn't matter, something that soothes you, comforts you, and helps you feel grounded, or petting your dog or cat, whatever that is. So, for you. And let's take a look at your oracle cards. Your Rose Oracle here, the Fertile Void, Inner Winter, Rest, Patience, Potency, and Secret Beginnings. Okay, so I'm seeing similar themes across all three piles, but this speaks of the new moon, right? So we had that new moon solar eclipse in April and the full moon lunar eclipse in May. But so some of you, again, could have planted seeds in the springtime. That could be, again, what it is you're protecting, which is not a bad thing, again. Keeping to yourself, being contained, not really expressing or impressing your energy on anyone at this time. Let's see what the other cards bring about. Letting go, learn to let go. Okay, so again, maybe if you are over expressing an energy of control, or trying to control the situation too much with the Seven of Wands there, this is maybe encouraging you to kind of let down your guard. Again, you're safe. There's no reason to express this much defensiveness. Let's see what is coming next. Water. Spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. So when it says let go, like flow like water, be like water, as Bruce Lee said. But I mean, water's powerful in its own right. It can carve away stone and sink ships. So water is our emotions, and that has to do with the letting go too. So again, letting go of this excess energy that I'm picking up in the fire cards, this either agitation or anxiety or nervousness, some kind of insecurity. Maybe do some deep diving into the fertile void, into the recesses of your mind. Where is this coming from? Where is this originating from? And how do you get it out, again, in a healthy manner? Whether it's through creating art, or poetry or music, something to help you release and ground, I think, is the biggest message that I'm getting for you here. And then we have the archetype card is the poet. Okay, it's funny I mentioned writing through poetry. Okay, I'm going to read about that for us. The artist, the witness, the truth teller, the poet's work is to feel immensely and not be afraid. They must seek out truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. This unique capacity resides within us all, regardless of our relationship to creativity. When the poet energy is present, there is a call for deep honesty and reflection, for seeing the big picture within the little one. The poet rides effortlessly between the personal and universal. It's possible that others may not seem to listen or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. The words of the poet ring true for centuries to come, soothing the wounds of the despair and violence that captivate our world. The poet's work is never finished. Find your voice and trust that the wind will carry it. Yeah, with the butterflies here, they're flying on the wind, almost like delivering messages. Also the water flowing, because air and water are very, they circulate all around the world. And there's even birds here carrying messages. They used to send messages to people, like carrier pigeons. So there's a dispersion of your voice, of your experience. Some of you could find, again, comfort in sharing your story, whether it's through a group therapy or a vlog, something like that, or just writing down your thoughts. But it can be very healing. It can be a great way to let go is through your throat chakra. And the side notes say the poet is related to the shaman and the bridge. These archetypes hover in the meeting place between the everyday and the sacred. It's likely there is a poem or poet that was meaningful to you at a young age. Revisit and reread it now. Be open to its message. When light, clairvoyant, wise, and timeless. When dark, harmful words, sharp tongue, thwarted creativity. Okay. So there's great potential in the power of your words to help heal others who may be feeling the way you do. Perhaps, again, through anxiety or, again, fear of letting go. All right, let's see what your alchemy card is. Conjunction, number 71. All right, so there is, again, two conjunctions going on. The North Node conjunct Jupiter, and Mercury, the magician, conjunct Uranus, the higher frequency of Mercury, change, transformation. And here we have the Ouroboros, the infinity sign of the snake, and then the sun and the moon opposing each other. Okay, so let's read about this. Or again, this could be talking about the new moon, because the fertile void is basically a new moon is a void. Okay, so that could be coming up for you. This full moons are a great time to release things. So this is talking about letting go. The water is good for purging, crying, letting things out, and then allowing yourself to come back into balance for that conjunction of the new moon. All right, this is actually the final card of the alchemy deck. So you can equate this almost to the world card too, as a completion. Something has reached its finality, its apex. It's time to, again, release it and make room for something new in a fertile void, something new to grow, replacing it with something healthier. And then, so the title of this card is Love, Divine Union, and Infinity. Conjunctico is the great alchemical operation of love. During this stage, we witness the miraculous work of two opposites merging in to create a unique third form. Sun and moon unite to reveal the entire cosmos. Black and white unite to reveal the spectrum of color. Unlike coagulatio, conjunctico represents a conscious and benevolent union, one that springs forth from awareness, acceptance, and devotion. It is not a compromise, but rather an activation, a holding of tension and presence that allows each of the entities to thrive and express themselves. Experiencing conjunctico is one of the blessings of the human experience, whether the bond is with human, nature, or divinity. Recognize it by the stirring of your heart and an element of surprise. Through the opposites arises the infinite. Okay, so again, taking your broken heart and turning it into art, something that might seem so painful, an experience that was so devastating, can become the most beautiful and powerful moment of your life. And it can also help others do the same by sharing your journey, your experience with it. The side notes here we have, take note if this card appears in the vicinity of the alchemical wedding or the Venus card. Okay, if so, the message of love is resonating loud and clear. I don't see another reference to Venus here. But on the other side, notices the alchemist is patient and true to their own heart. Do not be fooled by preconceived images of what conjunctico looks like. Love is creative and therefore seeks new forms. Okay, well, the poet is creative. You're creating poetry or making poetry out of your life. And also the will is, again, that unique identity that you impress upon the world. Okay, your solar plexus, your own unique signature. So there's no judgment here. I mean, don't judge yourself and think that your story doesn't have a place or a value in the world, because it most certainly does. Again, some people may not be able to understand their own experience because they haven't come across yours yet, because there's nothing that they've resonated with up until this point. Okay, let's get a look at your alchemy cards. Okay, the stars fell out. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. Also, following your North Star, the star card is destiny in the tarot. And okay, perseverance, beautiful. The motivation to keep going despite the odds. So stay focused on the prize, which is the star, right? There's a lot of obstacles. The tree of life, true wisdom and making good choices in life. So yeah, your mistakes have really led you to learning opportunities that are strengthening your experience and your understanding. And then the festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. Okay, so again, in the future, this could be what it's leading up to. Or again, if you felt like you've been alone for a while, that the festival offers you an opportunity to get together with like-minded souls and have a good time, enjoy yourself. Or again, creating a community where you can share. It doesn't have to be an actual party that you come together with these people. Or it could be an online party or event. And then also we have air. Work with the element of air to cut through the core to see the truth of the situation. So I mentioned that with the butterflies here too, as well, and the birds, carrying your message through your throat chakra over the airwaves perhaps. And underneath we have the triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. All right. And the poet even was mentioned as being a bridge between this physical realm and the spiritual realm. All right, let's get your angel cards. Pile 3. Some of you might be have a lot of strong Cancer energy. Maybe that's why you picked the Moonstone, because you are ruled by the moon, which is an emotional, watery sign. And water did come up here. So it could also be the Scorpio, because Scorpio is the full moon in Sidereal that we're experiencing. All right. So we have flexibility. Stay flexible to the changing situations. Respect. Respect for yourself, and I think others will respect you. Release. Okay, that's coming up again with the letting go card that came up here. It's time. Release after the full moon. Spontaneity. All right, so maybe even changing up your routine might introduce you to this new group of people that resonate with you. And we have delight. So some celebration. And we did have the festival card come up. You know, there could be a birthday or graduation or something that you're able to engage in here this month. And surrender. Surrender to the path. Surrender to the idea of letting go. That, again, that releasing of control or the need to control. Okay. I'm going to grab one more card for you, pile 3, that I have not done for the other 2 piles. But this is a Journey of Love card. Just want to get a message from your angels, your guides, the universe, about any stressful situation that you've been working through. Okay, so we have number 58, beauty. All right. To celebrate the divine feminine is to honor her beauty, her endless bounty, and abundant creativity. You are a vehicle of her beauty. This is radiance that has nothing to do with soul-destroying cultural stereotypes based on physical appearance. It is the radiance that comes from feeling beautiful within, of allowing all that you are to shine through you and be witnessed in the world. You're being asked to let your inner beauty become one with your physical self. You don't have to change the way you look to become more of the divine beauty that you are. You just need to change the way you look at yourself. Behold the divine within you. You're in the process of healing past wounds about your appearance, your body, and your sexuality, finding purity in all of yourself, and becoming ready to share that with others in a deeper and more open way, without shame or self-criticism. Take your time and fall in love with what you are. Then you can become not the victim of others' own projected shame, but the love necessary for the shame of the world to heal. This oracle indicates a significant change in self-perception taking place within you, an ability to love and accept yourself more completely than you ever have before, quite simply because you have grown and there is more divinity awakened in your heart than ever before. The nature of the divine is love, and you are realizing that you don't have to change to be beautiful. Allow this development to grow swiftly and embrace your uniqueness, beloved. You are an exquisite flower in the heavenly garden. So this conjunction card speaks of love as well. Love comes in all forms and it appears everywhere. Beauty, it can be found everywhere in life. So don't judge yourself, your experience, because there is something beautiful that can be shared with the world about it. All right, pile 3, I wish you the best. Have a wonderful new moon and a wonderful June, or full moon, excuse me, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.